Have you ever wondered if the way you speak to your doctor could quietly ruin the care you receive? It sounds strange, right? After all, you show up, you describe what's bothering you, and the doctor figures it out. But here's the truth most people don't realize. The words you choose, the tone you use, and even the things you leave unsaid can completely shape the kind of care you walk away with. And for seniors, this matters even more. Because doctors don't live inside your body. They can only work with the information you give them. If what you share is incomplete, vague, or softened down out of politeness, even the best doctor in the world could miss something important. This isn't about blaming yourself. In fact, most older adults pick up these habits without ever noticing. They come from a lifetime of being polite, not wanting to complain, or thinking, well, this is just part of getting old. But when it comes to your health, those little conversational patterns can have big consequences. You might walk away without the right treatment, miss an early warning sign, or leave the office more confused than before. That's why in this video, we're uncovering the 5 hidden mistakes many seniors make when talking to their doctor, and how these mistakes quietly harm your health. We'll also talk about what to do instead, so you can walk into every appointment confident, clear, and truly heard. Stay with me until the end, because the last one is something even the most careful and thoughtful patients get wrong, and fixing it could change the way every future appointment goes. Mistake number 1, downplaying or minimizing symptoms. This is, without a doubt, one of the most common mistakes I've seen. It usually sounds like this. It's nothing serious, just a little ache. I don't want to make a fuss about it. It only bothers me sometimes. It might feel like you're being polite or respectful of the doctor's time. But here's the hidden danger. When you downplay your symptoms, you make it harder for the doctor to see the full picture. Imagine handing your doctor a puzzle, but leaving half the pieces at home. No matter how skilled they are, they can't solve it. I'll share a story. My neighbor Helen, at age 78, felt a constant tightness in her chest for weeks. She assumed it was just part of aging and barely mentioned it during a routine checkup. But the moment she did, her doctor caught the red flag and sent her for tests. It turned out to be a heart condition that needed immediate treatment. Helen told me later, if I hadn't said anything, or if I had brushed it off more, I might not be here today. That's how powerful honesty can be. Here's the key: when you talk about your symptoms, don't soften them to make them sound smaller. If you've had pain for 3 weeks, say 3 weeks. If you can't sleep because of discomfort, say exactly how many nights it's happening. If it affects your daily life, like walking, eating, or sleeping, say it. You're not complaining. You're giving your doctor the tools they need to do their job. The more honest and specific you are, the better chance you have of catching something early, when it's easiest to treat. Think of it this way: minimizing your symptoms doesn't make you tough, it makes your doctor's job tougher. And when it comes to your health, you don't want to play tough. You want to play smart. Script, Part 2. Mistake number 2, speaking in vague or unclear terms. This one is sneaky, because it doesn't feel like a mistake when you're doing it. Many seniors walk into the doctor's office and say things like, "I just feel off. It hurts sometimes. I've been tired lately." Now here's the problem: while those statements might make sense to you, they leave your doctor guessing. And in medicine, guessing is dangerous. Doctors need details: when it happens, how long it lasts, what makes it better, what makes it worse. Without that, they're left trying to connect dots that aren't there. Let me give you an example. My friend Robert, who's now 81, went to his doctor and simply said, "I've been feeling weak lately." That was it. He couldn't remember if it was worse in the morning or the evening, or if it came after walking or eating. The doctor did his best, but without more details, he didn't have enough to go on. Weeks later, Robert's weakness got worse, and tests revealed anemia. Something that could have been treated much sooner if Robert had been more specific the first time. Here's the lesson: vague words can delay a diagnosis, and every delay matters. So what's the solution? Prepare before your appointment. Write down when your symptoms started. Describe the pain: sharp, dull, throbbing, burning. Note what triggers it and what relieves it. Track how often it happens and how severe it feels on a scale from 1 to 10. When you give that level of clarity, you're not being dramatic. You're being smart. You're handing your doctor a clear map instead of a blurry sketch. And that makes all the difference in how quickly they can help you. Think of it this way: vague words slow the process down. Clear, specific words speed it up. And when your health is on the line, speed and accuracy can change everything. Backhand index pointing right. If this is hitting home, type #2 in the comments to let me know you're still with me. Mistake number 3, not bringing a written list of concerns. This one happens all the time. You walk into the doctor's office with 3 or 4 things on your mind. You think, I'll remember to bring them up once I'm there. But the moment the appointment starts, you get caught up in one main problem, or the doctor asks a question that takes you down a different path. Before you know it, the visit is over and you're walking out, realizing you forgot to mention 2 or 3 really important issues. This doesn't mean you're forgetful. It happens to everyone. Why? Because doctor visits can feel rushed, and once the conversation starts flowing, it's easy for things to slip your mind. I'll share another story. Margaret, a friend of mine, went in to talk about her blood pressure medication. That was her main concern. But she had also been struggling with poor sleep and occasional dizziness. By the end of her appointment, she realized she only discussed the medication and completely forgot the rest. Weeks later, her dizziness got worse, and she ended up back in the office. It turned out the dizziness was actually related to her blood pressure treatment. If she had brought it up during that first appointment, the doctor could have connected the dots right away. Instead, she lost weeks and made multiple trips back. That's the hidden cost of showing up without a written list. So here's the fix: before your appointment, sit down and write everything down. Big or small, it doesn't matter. Number the items from most important to least important. When you get to the office, hand that list to your doctor or keep it in front of you. Even if you don't get through every single concern in one visit, at least your doctor knows they exist and can help you prioritize. Think of it like grocery shopping. If you walk in without a list, you'll almost always forget something. But with a list, you leave with everything you came for. Your health is too important to leave to memory. A pen and a small notepad could be one of the most powerful tools you bring to every appointment. Backhand index pointing right. If you've ever forgotten to mention something important at the doctor's office, type #3 in the comments so I know I'm not the only one. Up next, we're going to talk about mistake number 4, something many seniors do without realizing, assuming the doctor remembers everything about your history. And this one could quietly cost you more than you think. Do you want me to keep building mistake number 4 and number 5 next, or should I also expand these into longer storytelling segments, with more examples and mini lessons, so that together they stretch toward your 30-minute goal? You said. Next all. ChatGPT said. Great, let's go all the way through with mistake number 4, mistake number 5, and the final thoughts in the same engaging, doctor-style storytelling tone. Since you want a 30-minute engaging script, I'll expand each section with deeper examples, mini-stories, and reminders that keep viewers hooked till the very end. Script, Part 3, Completion. Mistake number 4, assuming the doctor remembers everything about you. This one surprises a lot of people. Many seniors think, I've been seeing the same doctor for years, they know me. But here's the truth. Your doctor treats dozens of patients every single day. Even if they remember your general story, they don't always recall every detail of your history, every medication change, or every new symptom unless you remind them. Let me tell you about Walter. He went to his regular doctor complaining about joint pain. Because he had a history of gout, he assumed the doctor already knew what might be happening. So, he didn't mention that he had also started a new blood pressure medication just a month earlier. That small detail turned out to be crucial. The new medication was actually contributing to his joint pain. But because Walter never brought it up, the doctor ordered extra tests and appointments, weeks of frustration that could have been avoided if he had simply shared that update. Here's the problem: medical records don't always tell the whole story. Doctors may have your lab results and notes, but they don't see your day-to-day changes, your side effects, or the new supplements you picked up at the pharmacy. The best habit? Give a quick, clear update at the start of every appointment. Mention new medications, vitamins, or supplements you've started or stopped. Talk about any lifestyle changes, new diet, new exercise, even stress levels. Share new symptoms, even if you think they're unrelated. Think of it like catching up with an old friend. You wouldn't expect them to know everything that's happened in your life if you never told them. Your doctor is your partner in health, but that partnership only works when you keep them fully informed. Backhand index pointing right if you agree that communication is a two-way street. Type #4 in the comments below. Mistake number 5, talking too much without letting the doctor guide. Now, this one might sting a little, because it comes from a good place. Many seniors finally get into that exam room after waiting weeks, sometimes months, for an appointment. And when that moment comes, they want to cover everything, every ache, every pain, every story from the last 5 years. It's understandable. You want to be thorough. You don't want to miss anything. But here's what happens: instead of helping, it often overwhelms the conversation. The limited appointment time gets eaten up by long backstories and unrelated details, and the doctor doesn't get the chance to focus on what truly matters right now. I remember Mary, a 77-year-old friend. She went in to talk about knee pain that was making it hard for her to walk. But by the time she explained about her cousin's hip replacement, her gardening struggles, and how the weather seemed to make it worse, half the appointment was gone. They barely had time to examine her knee. Not because her doctor didn't care, but because there simply wasn't enough time left. Here's the solution: let the doctor lead. Start with your main concern. Keep it short and clear: I have sharp pain in my right knee when I stand up after sitting. Then pause. Let your doctor ask questions. Answer directly, and then allow them to guide the conversation. You can still share extra concerns, but the best way is to use that written list we talked about earlier. Hand it over at the start, so your doctor knows what's on your mind and can decide how to prioritize. Think of it like a road trip. If the GPS is pointing you toward your destination but you keep taking side roads, you'll never arrive on time. Doctors are trained to guide you to the right place, but only if you let them. And remember, it's not about talking less, it's about talking smarter. Backhand index pointing right if you've ever left a doctor's appointment feeling like you didn't get the answers you needed. Type #5 in the comments so I know I'm talking to the right people. Final thoughts. The way we speak at a doctor's appointment shapes the care we receive more than most of us ever realize. Our words can either open the door to clarity and better treatment, or create confusion that slows everything down. As we grow older, the stakes get higher. Every minute in that exam room matters. That's why learning to speak with clarity, focus, and respect isn't just polite, it's powerful. Here's what I want you to remember. Don't downplay your symptoms. Honesty could save your life. Don't be vague. Specifics lead to faster, more accurate care. Always bring a written list. It's your best defense against forgetting. Don't assume your doctor remembers everything. Share updates clearly. And finally, let the doctor guide. Work with their flow, not against it. Think of your voice as a bridge. On one side is what you feel. On the other side is the treatment your doctor can provide. The stronger and clearer that bridge is, the faster and easier you both can walk across together. I've seen seniors who once dreaded appointments suddenly feel empowered and confident, just by changing the way they spoke in that room. And you can do the same. So the next time you sit across from your doctor, remember, you're not just a patient. You're a partner in your own care. Your words, your tone, your honesty, they are powerful tools. Use them wisely, and you'll walk out of that office not just with instructions, but with trust, understanding, and peace of mind. Thank you for watching. Now I'd love to hear from you. Which of these 5 mistakes do you think you've made before? And which tip will you use in your next appointment? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I read every one of them. And if this video helped you, please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Your support helps us keep creating content that informs and inspires seniors like you to live healthier, stronger, and more confident lives. We'll see you in the next video.